What's good, my trader and investor homies? In today's video, we're going to be talking about my top 2 penny stocks for the first half of November 2020. These are 2 penny stocks that I think are going to benefit no matter who won the election. These are 2 penny stocks with high growth potential. They both have catalysts. They both have very good business models, and they both have very good charts. The technical analysis is lining up with the charts, lining up with the business model, and all that is coming together and creating rocket fuel. That rocket fuel is brewing. It's brewing up. It's creating some steam, and it's about to blast off and go where? They're going to the moon. What's up? If you're new to the channel, this is Touchdown Trades. My name is Kevin. We talk about the hottest stocks in the stock market every single day. So if you're new, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you get alerted every time I post a video. And if you're new, all I ask for is one thing, and that's to like the button. Just go down there, click all the buttons, and give the like button the snake eye jab in the eyes. That's what we do in Touchdown Trades, because the like button is not our friend. All right, these are 2 high growth penny stocks. Catalyst giving them a tailwind, pushing the stocks higher. I think they're both about to make moves to the upside, and I want to be on the train when it makes the move. So let's break these stocks down from a fundamental, technical, and business model perspective. And as always, let's secure the bag by making smart investments and sound trades. Let's get it. All right, trader and investor homies, let's talk about my top 2 penny stocks to buy post-election. My top 2 penny stocks for the early part of November 2020. And these top 2 penny stocks are going to have to meet a certain criteria. Number 1, they're going to need a catalyst, aka the rocket fuel that is going to drive these stocks prices higher. Number 2, they need a sound business model. We're not just looking for stocks that are running higher and looking to jump on the FOMO. We're looking to invest in actual companies that have a business model that can provide future growth. Number 3, the chart needs to meet up with these first 2 requirements. So the chart needs to be setting up, pulling back, or in front of support. That way we're not just buying the rip. We want to buy the dip, sell the rip. Okay, we don't want to buy the rip, sell the dip. That's how you lose money. We still want to buy stocks that are strong but are pulling back. So maybe a stock that's climbed up, pulling back into support, we buy and then ride the next wave higher. All right, so let's jump into these top 2 penny stocks for November 2020. Before we get started though, check out the link in the description. If you're looking for a new broker, Webull, in my opinion, is the top broker right now. They just released a new desktop platform that is absolutely amazing. 0 commissions, and they're offering you, if you use the link in the description, sign up, create an account, deposit $100 or more using my link, you will get not 1, not 2, but 3 free stocks valued up to $1,600. You can't beat that deal. You can get a stock of Starbucks, Google, Facebook. It's just an awesome deal. The best broker out there right now. Check out the link in the description after the video. Ticker number 1 is going to be DGLY, Digital Ally. This is a company in the camera business. I know you may be saying, wait a second, camera business, Kevin, what the world? What in the... But this is a different kind of company. They make body cameras for police officers. They make dash cams for police officers. And they also make security systems for businesses, companies, and police departments. We've all seen what's been going around the United States, and I think this is a company that has a business model primed to grow in the next few years. Now, this is not a channel where I like to talk about controversial topics. We've all seen the protests regarding police-involved shootings, and I'm not going to get into that. But I don't think it's controversial that body cameras are a good thing. They protect both the police officers from being accused of stuff that they really shouldn't be accused of wrongdoing, and they also protect the community from police officers who go rogue and do make mistakes and should get in trouble. So I think in the next few years, we're going to see a requirement, no matter who wins this upcoming election, that there's going to be some police reform. And in that police reform, I think we're going to see body cameras be a requirement for police officers and law enforcement. Digital Ally makes a body camera for police officers that they wear on their chest and record their interactions with the community throughout the day. It not only protects community from police officers going rogue, but it also protects the police officers from being accused of doing stuff that they really didn't do anything wrong. But the body cameras are not where the real revenue is going to come from. I think they should be giving the body cameras away for free. Yes, for free. Give every police department in the United States, around the world, wherever, your body cameras for free and charge them for this evidence management system. Basically, it's cloud data storage where the body camera footage is loaded up to this cloud data storage system, and if you ever need to go back and get the footage, then you can look it up by badge number or date, badge number combined, and it will pull up the footage. And I think this is where the money's going to come from. You know, I love reoccurring revenue software as a service, and I think they should be selling this ViewVault as the reoccurring revenue software as a service. Say you charge each police department a fee per gigabyte of data stored per month, and that stuff snowballs, and eventually you're talking about a company that's growing exponentially. Huge growth opportunity here with this ViewVault storage, this cloud data storage for these body cameras. They already have some really big partners. We have partners with AWS, NASCAR, a lot of police departments, obviously, GSA, which is a government agency, MetLife Stadium, Kansas City Chiefs, Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. So this DGLY already has some really big partners in place. Not only do they target law enforcement with their body cameras, they also target commercial fleets with the dash cams and rear view cameras, because if you have 100 cars or 100 trucks driving around in your fleet, that's a liability. And if you put a dash cam on those trucks and one of those trucks is involved in an accident, you can go back and review the footage and see if it's your driver's fault. If it's not your driver's fault, then it could end up saving you money. If it is your driver's fault, it could end up saving you money because your driver made a mistake. And if your driver comes to sue you, you have that footage to show that maybe your driver was texting on the phone or wasn't following regulation. In the year 2019, only 20% of law enforcement was wearing body cameras. So the addressable market is there. Imagine if 100% of law enforcement is wearing body cameras. Not only do you have the camera sales themselves, you have that cloud storage system for the footage, and the revenue growth opportunity is literally outrageous. To the moon growth opportunity here with this digital ally DGLY. Let's take a look at the stock price here, the stock chart, the technical analysis side of things. We can see when the protest really started to pick up after a couple incidents happened. This stock caught some steam and ran up and hit highs of $7 a share. But we're getting the opportunity to buy the pullback, buy the dip, sell the rip. We have some nice support right here. The initial explosion bar, I like to call it, typically holds as support. The initial blast off, right? It acts as support because there's just tons of volume traded in that area, and volume is support, price action is not support. So where the most volume is traded, that's where a stock is going to find support, and we can see that it held true in this situation. We had tons of volume traded in this area. It held support in this area. So I don't see us cracking the $2 area, and I want to be buying any pullback on this DGLY, preferably into this 250 support area that we have, this gap fill. Gaps act as support. They usually get filled. So if we get a pullback into 250, I'm going to buy. And I see this as a longer term investment in my opinion, because I think no matter who wins the election, there is going to be talk of police reform and putting body cameras on every police officer in the United States. So I see this as a $6 or $7 stock in the next 12 to 24 months. DGLY stock number one. The second top penny stock for the early part of November is going to be BLNK, Blink Charging. This is one that I've talked about in the past, but I am just so in love with this stock that I need to talk about it again. And we have all seen what has happened to the EV sector. It has taken a huge dump. It's dropped. A lot of the EV stocks are crashing, but Blink Charging is actually holding up. So I believe that when the next EV pop happens, this Blink Charging is ready to take off, and I want to invest in this thing before it starts running up and breaking these all-time highs. Blink Charging is a EV charging company. Obviously, they service not only residential customers, so you can buy a residential charging station for your garage. They service businesses and just the general public. So the reason I am in love with EV charging is because you can literally put an EV charger anywhere. And as more and more people drive around with EV cars, it's just like vending machines. You can put them in any parking spot and it's going to make you money. And the software as a service aspect of it is an account. You make an account with Blink, and you get charged a monthly fee. Let's call it $50 a month. You swipe your card, you charge your car, and the reoccurring revenue is going to come in. So Blink has an app. They have an app that you can join, and it shows you where all the charging stations are. You join their membership, and you get a discount on your charging. This is an industry that's just going to grow as the EV sector, as the EV industry grows. As more and more people start driving around in EV cars, they're going to have to charge those cars somewhere. Blink already has 180,000 registered members, and the EV penetration rate right now is less than 3%. So that means less than 3% of drivers in the US right now are driving around in EV cars, and Blink already has a massive infrastructure of members. They have 23,000 charging stations deployed around the United States, and that number is just going to go up because the addressable market is literally anywhere cars are parked. And the market cap is just too cheap. This stock is just too cheap based on the growth outlook and my personal growth thesis on this BLNK stock. We have a market cap of only $270 million. I think this is a $3 billion company by the year 2025. That's almost 10x in like 5 years. So I'm thinking the growth on this BLNK stock is going to be outrageous. As we see a 15% EV penetration rate, I think this is a $3 billion stock, no doubt about it. EV charging is the new gas, in my opinion. Not literally, but figuratively, I think EV charging is maybe a better investment than a lot of these EV auto manufacturers out there. And if we take a look at the chart, it's held up much better than a lot of the EV auto manufacturers have. It hasn't taken the big nosedive that the likes of Workhorse, that the likes of Hyliion have seen. So I believe once those companies start to rebound, once some FOMO comes back into the EV sector and the sector as a whole starts to run back up, this Blink Charging is really going to take off. So I think this 750 support area is going to be the bottom. I'm looking to buy into that 750 support. I'm putting a 12-month price target of breaking that $14.50 pivot. I'll put a 12-month price target of $15 per share. So over 100% price target, in my opinion. I think this company grows. A rising tide lifts all boats. So as EV grows, these charging companies like ChargePoint and Blink are just going to grow by default. I love EV charging. It is probably my favorite industry to invest in right now. All right, guys, that's going to wrap things up. My top 2 penny stocks for the first part of November. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you get alerted every time I post a video. And if you haven't yet liked the button, please do so, as it tells YouTube that these videos do provide value and helps YouTube to promote my channel. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Until next time, peace out, homies.